Hey, can you believe how much AI has changed in only about a year or so? It's honestly very scary seeing how fast it learned, just within that short amount of time. We started from laughing about these funny AI images to actually being concerned if these AI images and art were capable of replacing artists. Hello, hello, it's Kiyoshi from Kiyoshi's Art and welcome. So, this is a topic I've been meaning to talk about for some time now, and I want to talk about my concerns with AI images and art. I want to discuss the impact it will have on artists and my own personal view as well, because I feel that as an artist, I have my own personal bias against it. I feel like it's important for me to state this in the beginning, but I do not have a strong grasp of understanding how AI work, and because of it, I'll be going based off of my own research and what I have seen and witnessed. So, if you enjoy watching these kind of videos, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it would mean a lot if you decided to show your support. Now that I'm done shamefully promoting myself, let's get down to the gears and nuts of AI images. I improvised that. Why did I say that? I believe that before we get too far into this topic, I feel like it's important to say about how AI images and AI art work. So, it functions by generating an image by using techniques that are taken from multiple images that may include an artist's work without their permission or knowledge. This is why only in a few years we went from images that didn't look like much to images that are capable of tricking people into thinking a real life person made it. However, these AI images can be spotted by their flaws and their consistent features. These may include fingers, hair, background, and other things that will cause difficulty to generate by the AI. As stated before, AI images take existing photos and or drawings to help them generate the image that is desired. A lot of these images that are taken can be from artists who have no idea that their art is being stolen, or artists who don't accept their art being taken or used to help generate AI images. This tweet is a prime example of how a person used AI images to take an artist's original drawing and use it for AI images. This is just straight up stealing another person's work, and this isn't the only example out there as well. Kim Jong-ji was an artist that was known for his high level of details while illustrating, and even more impressive, drawing only from his memory. Unfortunately, he will pass away on October 3rd, 2022. With this being said, you will assume people will have the decency to respect a person's passing, but only 3 days after a Twitter user would use AI images to attempt to replicate Kim Jong-ji's art. This is just disrespectful on a whole nother level. Not only did this person who tweeted this only 3 days after the passing of Kim Jong-ji, but they also used his drawing to be used for AI images generators. This concerns me because it feels like this user only wanted the end product of something and not the work behind it. Just like everything out there, you have to work hard in order to get good at something. For example, an artist would need to draw over 100, perhaps even thousands of times just to simply get a good firm grasp of drawing. However, it seems that some people just believe that those who are capable of doing art are just people who have been blessed by art itself. And some people like to believe that there's a quote unquote barrier that separates other people and artists, and that AI art is the way to bridge them together. Here's my quote unquote hot take that I have to say about this. I honestly believe that it's a good thing that this so called barrier exists. This barrier, quote unquote, exists because some people are simply too lazy to work for the skills that the artist has. All they want in the end is the end product and not the process or effort that goes through it. People aren't just born gifted at art or something. They all work for it, and even those who were gifted at art still need to work and develop their skills to get to the level they want. Now, here's another example I found of a user trying to defend themselves for using AI images. This person talks about not having money to commission artists, and let me remind you that commissioning artists is a luxury. But what gets me the most is this user says at the next few lines. They talk about not having the time to learn art skills, but even if they did have the time, they wouldn't want to learn it because it takes too long to achieve. These kind of people do not care about the process of art and are only craving the end product and the money. The cherry on top of it is that they claim that art is having an image in your head and laying it onto a canvas. Now, to be honest, that may partly be true. But art is also having the dedication to work and make something using your hands and not just a machine that spits out only results. I hate, absolutely hate, when people butt their heads into things that they don't know or care about and they only come for money. Speaking of money, there are people who are using AI images to profit. On DeviantArt, there exists a kind of art selling that is called a adoppable. An adoppable is a reference sheet of a character that you are able to buy, and once you do purchase the character's ownership is given to you. With this information, people have begun using AI images to generate reference sheets of characters and are attempting to sell them. Another thing that concerns me is that DeviantArt is allowing these AI adoptables to stay up on their website, and this also includes other kind of AI work, images, or art that are posted onto their website. A major reason why I dislike this is because it's stated, as before, AI images function by taking existing art and images and using it to generate a new image. This means that the seller put in zero work besides typing a few words for a machine to generate and are being allowed to make money off it. Now, with everything said in the previous topics, how does this affect us human artists? Art itself is already a competitive field to be in all honesty, and with the rise of AI images and art, it causes other problems for us human artists. Not only does AI images and art make people only care about the end product of what's being made, but also the amount of stealing that is needed to fuel AI images and art. Some artists are directly affected by this by having their art stolen and put through an AI image generator. There's been people commissioning sketches from artists to be fed into an AI image generator. This way, they don't have to pay for a full price piece from an artist, and so they can quote unquote complete a version of the sketch. In this section, I'll be reading out the replies that I've received from my Twitter and from my community posts on YouTube. The first one comes from Shirley Draws. My opinion is definitely biased since I'm an artist myself, but it personally feels like a lot of people see AI art as a get-rich-quick method, which kind of hurts to see when you spent years upon years learning to draw and definitely have not gotten rich quick from it. But I'm sure, assuming that AI art could be used effectively sourced using AI images that artists give permission to use, and AI artists being honest about using AI art to create their images, there's probably some nuisance beyond all AI images are bad. And I gotta say, I really agree with a lot of the statements said by Shirley. A lot of people are trying to use AI art as a way to get some quick cash, which, as an artist myself, I would know that is not true in the slightest. I always like that Shirley talks about how AI art can be used in a positive way if artists were to give permission for their art to be used, and if people who use AI art were to be more honest about it. Now, this one comes from Kylite. Between AI art by itself, it's definitely not an issue, but only when it is used for reference, studio, and composition. When used miraculously, however, it can become more of a problem, like with tracing and plagiarism. And I also very much agree with this. Given that AI art could be a good source of reference, having something to help give a visual feel or a visual look to something can help with making a visual more easy to imagine when making it yourself. It is similar to tracing, in which it can be used for horrible reasons, but on the flip side, it can also be used to help artists as well. This one comes from Blue Spook. Not the biggest fan of them. I guess it's okay when they're used to generate generic images, but when you have the option to put in an artist's name to mimic their style is when it gets really bad. And I really share the same feeling with Blue Spook on this post as well. I'm not a big fan of them, and when it starts to mimic people's art style and art, that's when it gets more serious. The last one comes from Lane, from the Kitty Cat Lane. I think it can be a useful tool for artists if used correctly or for concept art, but at the same time, it is being overused by people and companies trying to bypass having to pay actual artists for their work. Like mentioned earlier, AI can be a useful tool for artists if used properly. It does, however, feel like a lot of people and companies are using AI art and images to not have to hire artists or pay for any. So here are my final thoughts about AI art and images. I am still personally not the biggest fan of them, but I can somewhat acknowledge that they can be a useful tool if used correctly. AI images still has caused people to disregard real human artists, and that People need to know that all these techniques and skills that are found in AI images were copied and, well, learned from real artists, from real human artists. And I think people really need to think about that. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say about this video and the whole topic about AI art and images. Hello, and welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you like and subscribe. I'm not too particularly sure what I plan on doing for my next video, but hey, when the time comes, I'll finally have it figured out. I know that AI is very controversial, but even with that said, I hope this video does generally good and will help inform people about it. I honestly don't have really much to say. I'm literally just staring at my wall of plushies, and for those who don't know, I collect a lot of plushies. Alright, with that being said, and with me done rambling and getting off topic, I'm gonna end the video. See you in the next one.